So we are here talking with Lucy, who is an Akashic Record reader who empowers individuals by putting them in touch with their true selves. I'm so happy to talk to you today, Lucy, who is the featured guest in my Dreaming Yogi community, where we're going to learn all about Akashic Records this month with Lucy. I'm so excited to talk to you about this. I'm so new to this, so I'm just gonna totally nerd out, just so you know.
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you for the honor. I haven't been featured anywhere in any community, so I'm excited to see how it goes. Yeah, so I appreciate it.
Really, I'm surprised because this is such an amazing topic, and I just want to real quickly say that I've known Lucy when we were in another membership a while back, and I've wanted to have a reading from you for a while.
I hear that so much. I love it.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like saving up, and the hesitation was just, I don't know, just like my own thing, right? But like I knew you, and you're such a great person and such great energy, and I finally had the honor to have a reading from you last month, and I was just mind blown. Like I think I'm still processing and often re-listen to the recording and
Yeah.
stuff. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's just like the stepping stones to get that journey started, and it's like lifelong. It isn't just in that moment for how important those messages are. It's you uncover it months, even years later. So it's really cool in that aspect.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to listen to it again. And so for those who don't know you, can you just share a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and kind of that kind of stuff?
Yeah. My name is Lucy Larkin, formerly formerly Lucy Lloyd. I did get married in July. I'm originally from Minnesota, but I now live in Salt Lake City, Utah, with my wife Brenna. And yeah, we love to travel. I love dogs. We love all things spiritual. We're house healers, readers, whatever you want to call it, in a local place in a suburb here in Utah. And so we're pretty spiritual, pretty magical. We've got crystals all over our place, so we always live each day to the best as possible. So
I love that, and congratulations on your marriage,
thank you.
wedding. So for those who don't know about what the Akashic Records are, like in a nutshell, what is it?
Essentially, it's like your soul's records from all lifetimes. And it's kind of like a place. You can kind like not, physical, yes, in the mind's eye, so to speak. But it's often said to be, and we can cover that in the workshop, in what's called the stellar gateway chakra. And so it's essentially like a record hall of all the soul's records, and your soul has a record book complete with information just about who you truly are, your soul's essence, because we go through so many day-to-day human things that we can kind of lose touch with that and lose touch with who we are.
Wow, yeah, I am so excited for the workshop, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but on Sunday we're going to have a workshop with Lucy, telling us all about the Akashic Records, and I'm going to go prepared with questions, just so you know. And I know a couple
Perfect.
of community members that will have questions too, so be prepared.
Okay.
So no pressure, right? But
No.
so how did you get started with the Akashic Records? Like what drew you to them?
Yeah, well, I had my reading from Chantal at Akashic Crystal Healing, and she's the one from the same group that we were in. That's how I got to know her. And I had my reading from her. My mind was blown, and then she offered a course, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to offer that for people. And so I took the course. It was like, I think like 10 weeks or so. And then it was really cool because a journey for me personally too, like really trusting my intuition and really developing that. But then it's been awesome since then. And I love about the Akashic Records, it's really, like, I don't want to say offering, but I'm pulling forward information that is specific for that person to know, but it's really that person's journey. It's not the what do I want to say, the healer, having all the answers and solving all the problems. It's really kind of giving you the tools to do your own healing. So that really that pure essence of who what a healer really is, giving you the tools to help you do what you need to do.
Wow, I love that. And I got chills when I was listening to your recording and your reading. I I think I told you this right after, but I mean, people obviously watching this know I'm a dream interpreter and I do everything dream work. But I listen to the reading in my meditation space, like just being one with it without taking notes like I usually do. And then I listen to it again right before bed, and I feel like I had a past life dream. It was just so like somebody that I knew here was in my dream as somebody else. And it was just like, it wasn't even related to what you said, but I feel like I tapped into something that brought forward that dream, because that's for me the modality that speaks to me most. So have you had any of that experience where like a reading kind of trickles into your dream, or am I just weird?
I haven't really. It's kind of weird, but I have a hard time recalling my dreams, so maybe I need to, schedule something with you.
I'll help you out there.
But I know I do dream. Like I wake up tired. And I mean, I have recalled a few things, but I feel like I'm pretty good about kind of keeping things separate, because I do open up the reading with a prayer and then close it with a prayer, just to kind of like keep my space protected. I've have weird dreams sometimes too in the past, but I know I need to like be better about dream recall too, for sure.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see like if other people who have experience with Akashic records kind of see things in their dreams. So what has this done for you? Like, what would somebody who's completely new to this kind of see the benefits of getting their records read? Is that how you say it? Records read?
Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing because it's the alliteration almost. So the benefits of it, is that
Yeah,
did
that
I
you've
start? Yeah.
noticed in
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah. I guess it's like really being on that true path and where you're supposed to be. Like for me personally, I, lived with my mom for all of my life until I moved to Salt Lake City. And so it was that aspect, like I was scared to move on. Like I didn't know where to go, what to do. And I felt empowered after, like not telling anybody to be crazy and like sell everything and move across the world. But I just felt very empowered after mine. And like it wasn't immediate either. It was like I would say like a couple of years over, because it like started, like I quit a toxic job, I started my own thing, and then I felt confident enough to get out on my own. So it was just really empowering. And I mean, kind of touched on that before too. Like it's, a journey. It's not just like snap of a finger and it's instant. But it really gives you the tools to empower. And I hear a lot of people too that say that they're stuck. They don't know what to do. And I mean, it doesn't, like the readings don't flat out like give you that information. Like you should be a doctor or whatever, it kind of like gives you like little breadcrumbs, so to speak, to really be like, maybe I need to consider something along these lines instead. Or like I said, empowering people. So it's really cool in that aspect.
I love that. It's kind of like planting the seed, right? And then that way you can follow up, or awakening something in you.
Yeah,
How I
exactly. Exactly.
felt. That is so amazing. Like I can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Okay, so Lucy before the Akashic Records, is there any advice that you would give that previous version of yourself that didn't have this tool?
I like that question. Like I would say, like, don't be afraid, don't play small. Think bigger, like don't doubt yourself, don't count yourself out, kind of thing. Like there's more out there than just where you currently are.
That's a beautiful message, and I think we all need to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And how do you do it? Do you personally do something with the Akashic Records like on a day-to-day basis, or is it more like a ritual you do every, when you feel called to, or kind of how does that work for you?
No, that's a good question. I mean, I kind of like in discussion, kind of like view things from like the Akashic Record viewpoint. But I don't actively like. There's no like ritual with it, but I feel like a lot of my thoughts originate from that process, even though I'm not like actively reading or actively like I'm going to go to the records kind of thing. Like it's just kind of integrated in that aspect, and kind of viewing things like more big picture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you have this strong connection with the records now, doing it for so long that you kind of tap in a way.
Yeah, and kind of like view things. I mean, it's like it kind of sounds like reading in that instance, but it's like it's taking that knowledge and that wisdom and using it in other realms as opposed to like just in that moment for reading for someone.
Interesting. Wow, that I'm just like mind blown with so many things that I want to just chat with you some more about. But to not make this super long, because I know you have a busy day ahead, what advice would you give someone who is curious about either tapping into their records or, getting a reading, or just what advice would you give somebody?
It's not limited to just a reader too. Like if you want to journey on your own, like you go for it. It's not something that's restricted. If you feel called to do it, you should do it. It's the Akashic Records is like an endless I say this in a good share of my readings. Like I look for specific information, but it's like if you want to know more, like ask away because it could be like 8 hours of like telling information if you really wanted it to be, just because it's so endless. But it's not restrictive. Like if you feel called, and there is no wrong or right way to do it either. Just because I do it a certain way doesn't mean it can't look completely different. And that's kind of like that thing that I want to create with the course that I'm going to do, kind of like a community in that aspect of like people who pull this information forward and look for specific information to kind of like collaborate with what an Akashic Records reading might look like. And I mean, if you're not feeling up for doing it yourself, I'd say don't like you, Melly, don't hold back. Just jump in and just get it done. If you feel called to it, it's not as scary as it seems. You're not going to be, told some completely horrible thing like how bad you were in a previous lifetime or whatever. But it's empowering, and so I encourage everyone to dive into it because it's really powerful.
Well, thank you so much for that. And I am so excited about your course. Like, please let me know when that comes out.
Oh, it's gonna be big. Yeah, people will be really excited for it.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I am like such a nerd for courses, and especially like knowing your energy and having that reading from you. And I love how things kind of just connect, right? Like from that community, you met somebody, your reading was mind blowing, the reading I had from you was mind blowing, and hopefully, I'm sure that somebody who watches this or in the workshop is also going to be drawn to this. So, and to your
Exactly.
energy as well. So I definitely want to know about your course. How can people keep in touch with you or work with you? Like, what are your offerings now? Or
Yeah, yep. I am attempting to kind of do like a pause on the readings. I would be happy to honor anything for anybody in the Dreaming Yogi community if they want to, take advantage of the sale that technically finishes tomorrow. But I would be happy to honor that for anybody. And because I do plan on kind of putting the readings on the back burner to really focus on that course and bring that forward. And then if anybody wants to reach out to me, I'm Rise on Instagram. That's kind of like where most of that happens. You can find me on Facebook too. But Instagram, and it's like, there's a bunch of underscores and it's like Rise. It's like 5 at the front, 1 in between each one, and then 5 at the end. So, but Lucy Larkin is my name on there too. So
so if anybody got confused with the underscores, because I have a couple myself, I'm gonna direct link your Instagram in the description here and in the comments and just blast you all over the place,
perfect.
so that yeah, people can keep in touch and learn from you and yeah, know when that course is coming. Thank you so much for honoring that discount for my community members. I will share that, of course, with them. And for anybody who wants to continue learning, the workshop is this Sunday, October 4th, 2020. That's the year we're in, right? It's in the evening, and the recording is going to be available all month. And then we'll have Lucy in there to just kind of pick at her brain a little bit if she'll
Yes.
allow it. But yeah, she is the featured guest this month. I'm so honored to have you in there and to be able to learn from you, because this is so new to me. But thank you for encouraging us to dive into the records ourselves. Um,
Yeah.
and for those who want to continue learning with us and learn with Lucy this month, you can join us in the community. That's community.thedreamingyogi.org, and the links for her as well is going to be in the comments below. So thank you once again, Lucy, for chatting with me, and I
Thank you so much.
can't wait to talk to you Sunday. Bye.